If you want to support me even further, use code Rest Assured in the Epic Game Store and follow me on all my socials. Thank you. Alright, what's going on guys? It's Rest, and in this video I want to talk about the sudden death. And you may have seen a lot of people actually start farming for this or just talking about it in general and don't actually know the reason why people are going after this shotgun, as it is one of the best PvP shotguns in the game now. Typically when you look at things like shotguns or PvP, you want things like rangefinder and quick draw, but this shotgun does not actually roll with those, so you might be questioning why is everyone actually trying to go for this. And I hope this video can help you out. And if you guys enjoy this and would like to see more, do all the normal YouTube stuff, subscribe, like, it really helps me out and it lets me know that you guys want to see this series continue, because I would love to keep making them. So to start off, a sudden death is an aggressive frame shotgun, which means it's a hard hitting high recoil, and it's going to increase rate of fire after kill. It is the hardest hitting shotgun in the game, so it's going to have the furthest one shot kill potential in the Crucible. Now in these videos I typically like to go over PvP and PvE, so I'm going to go over PvP first, because I know that's what most of you probably clicked on the video for, but I will also be going over a PvE role at the end, so stick around for that if you want to see that. And also, if you do want to farm for this is from the Prophecy Dungeon on the final boss. You can simply get a checkpoint and keep reloading over and over again and try to farm this. So since we're starting off with PvP, simply I'm going to go on and put Icarus Grip on it, because that is obviously the best mod of choice for that. This is not an adept weapon, so you can't have adept range or adept handling, you know, so Icarus Grip is going to be your best bet, since you do get that inner accuracy, which is really good. Now for masterwork, you can actually either go range or handling. I know some people like to go handling to get the handling stat up a little bit, but with other things we're going to be taking, I don't think you need handling as much, but handling is always really good. And obviously the range is always a classic. You're just going to get a further one-shot kill potential. But again, this is up to you. Range or handling, you decide. For this video specifically, I'm just going to keep the range masterwork on, since I already have it selected. Now getting over to barrels. Typically, people would normally go rifle barrel, but things have changed now since quick draw has been nerfed, and this gun also just doesn't have quick draw. Having rifle barrel in your gun actually dramatically hurt you, because you see you get negative 13 handling on a gun that already is super slow to handle, so it is not good. Yes, you get an insane range increase, which is really good. Obviously it's really good for a shotgun and it's one shot kill distance, but having that handling, not being able to actually move with the gun and maneuver people and actually shotgun smart, it is really bad. So that is why you're now going to see most people actually opt for full choke. There's always been a debate between full choke and rifle, which is better. Some people lean towards rifle, like I was saying, but full choke is by far the best option in the game now. It pretty much does the exact same thing as rifle barrel, and you get no negative benefits. If you don't know what full choke actually does, it basically tightens the barrel and reduces the spread of the shotgun. So it's kind of like a small Felwinter's Lie in a way, and you just get no negative benefits, which is really nice. You keep your handling, and it actually pretty much gives you the range of rifle barrel, is probably the easiest way to put it. Now in magazine, you could also go with things like Akaraz rounds. Obviously you get +9 range, so you're sitting at a solid 50 range stat if you do have a range masterwork. But if you want to take something like assault mag, it's also pretty good, since this is a very slow firing shotgun. You can buff your rounds per minute up a little bit to get your second shot out, but typically with these shotguns you are going for a one-shot kill anyway. But if you do get that one-shot kill, you obviously are also going to increase your rate of fire with the sudden death, because it's an aggressive frame, and assault mag is going to stack on top of that, and you can kill another enemy really quick. But I honestly would say take Akaraz rounds, because you want to get that one-shot kill potential furthest as possible with these shotguns, and you're not really looking to try to two-tap people with it. Now getting into the next columns, this is where things get interesting. It's like I said, you don't have things like rangefinder or quick draw or any just other normal perks. You have slash shot, which is obviously really good, but going down the list, threat detector, field prep, slash shot, like I said, grave robber, pulse monitor, and surplus. So starting with surplus is very interesting. A lot of people like this perk and a lot of people hate this perk. I'm actually in the pool of people not liking this perk that much, but it is really good on the shotgun. If you don't know what surplus does, essentially you're going to get more handling, reload speed, and stability when you have your abilities up. If you play Warlock, you're kind of spamming abilities, and Warlock is what I mean. So you don't have as much benefit as this as something like a Remnant Hunter, because obviously you just get 2 shurikens you can have, and it can be kind of a bot just to proc surplus. But if you do enjoy surplus and like to play around not using your abilities, this perk is really good for the shotgun, because obviously if you have all 3 abilities, as you see, you're going to get a 50 handling bonus, which is insanely good for an aggressive frame shotgun, so you can run around the map and just not feel clunky with it. Now pulse monitor obviously is not that good, grave robber is not that good, slot shot is pretty good. Obviously this is going to further increase your one-shot kill potential with slot shot, because you're going to get that extra range, and you also get a little stability, but stability is not important on a shotgun, but you do get a little extra range, which is nice. but I honestly wouldn't take that one either. But then you have Field Prep, which is obviously, not that good for PvP, but it actually is okay in PvE. But then Threat Detector. Threat Detector is the sleeper perk on this, in my opinion. So if you don't know what Threat Detector does, when you're in range of people, you're going to get more reload speed, stability, and handling. Now, also on top of that, it is also going to increase your handling animation speed. What that means is essentially kind of like Quick Draw. So when you swap to it, you're going to pull out the shotgun a lot faster than if you had like Surplus on it, because Surplus is just going to give you base handling, which is good, obviously, if you have the shotgun out, because you can run around the map and not feel clunky. But Threat Detector is going to make it so you can pull the shotgun out faster, sort of like Quick Draw. It's not going to be as good as Quick Draw, but it is really, really good. Plus, you also just get the handling benefits as well. And since you are using a shotgun, you're going to be at close range anyway, and this perk is pretty much always going to be procced. And on top of that, you are going to have this perk procced on the side of the screen, so you can actually see when people are around you too, and you can kind of use this as an information tool on top of it just actually giving you the benefit of what Threat Detector does. It is such a good perk. I really, really think Threat Detector is slept on, and that is why this shotgun is really good, because you can increase the animation speed on top of having all that information, and you're going to have an insane handling shotgun. Now, getting to the next column, this is where it also gets crazy. Wellspring, Frenzy, Snapshot, 1-2 Punch, Elemental Capacitor, and Surrounded. Typically, people will look at this shotgun and go Slide Shot, Snapshot, which is a good roll. Don't get me wrong. It is very, very consistent, and Snapshot is really good for aiming down sights. And obviously, it's going to kind of inherently increase your handling in a way. It doesn't increase your handling like on the stat bar, but aiming down sight, it's a little bit faster. But typically, that's, the role people will go for. But having Threat Detector, and then come down the list up here, Wellspring is okay. Frenzy is actually okay as well for PvP if you can play around it. Snapshot, we just talked about. 1-2 Punch is not that good. It's okay if you want a one-shot melee as super. Elemental Capacitor is the one we're going to come back to, and then Surrounded is kind of So coming back to Elemental Capacitor, if you don't know what this does, basically whenever you have a subclass equipped, you get benefits. Solar is going to increase your load speed, Arc is going to increase your handling, Void is going to increase your stability, and then Stasis is going to increase your movement speed when you aim down sights. And it also moderately controls your recoil. So this shotgun is really, really good with Elemental Capacitor. So you see, if we click on it, you go to 77 handling if you are running a arc-based subclass. So remember, all these stats you're seeing right here are depending on what subclass you're running. Ignore stability and reload speed, because if you're running the shotgun, you're going to be running an arc-based subclass with Elemental Capacitor. So this is going to give you an insane handling bonus to just run around, run and gun with this thing. It's not going to feel clunky at all. You're going to have really, really far one-shot kill potential because of 50 range on the shotgun, and the fact that it is also an aggressive frame. And then on top of that, you also have Threat Detector for the information. Just pull the shotgun out quicker, like Quick Draw, and you could just instantly kill somebody that's rushing you with the shotgun that is not this one. I know it's weird to see this combination of perks on a shotgun, but this is a god roll shotgun if you're running a arc-based subclass. And on top of that, the arc-based subclasses are like also not bad. Obviously, top tree Stormcaller is really good. Chaos Reach is also still okay. Bottom skill tree Stormcaller got a buff. Arc Strider is also not even that bad. I got a buff, and bottom skill tree Arc Strider's neutral game is really, really strong. And obviously, Striker Titan is also really, really good, even if you play, the Missile Titan. So all the arc subclasses are actually like really good in PvP now. And Elemental Capacitor is giving you that handling bonus because it is arc based, and you're just gonna be able to shotgun like crazy if you build around it and get a roll like this. This is, in my opinion, a 5 out of 5 roll right here, and this is what I'll be going for. But like I said, if you do want to go with handling, you can buff your handling up to 86, which is also really, really good, and you have 41 range. Just depends on what you want. Either really good, and like I said, I'm just going to stick with range. So that is the reason you're seeing people farm Prophecy Dungeon over and over again, because they want to get a sudden death like this. It is insanely good. It is arguably the best shotgun in the game right now if you are running an arc-based subclass, like I said. And I would highly recommend actually trying to go out and farm for this, because it is going to be a game changer if you can get a roll like this. Now, I promise at the end, I would also go over a PvE build for this, because, if you are farming for a PvP build and you are a PvE player, you might get one of these and might want to keep it around. So starting off with the Masterwork, you can kind of go with whatever. I would honestly just recommend handling, just so you can swap to the gun a little bit faster, make it, a little bit easier to just, run around with the thing if you're trying to just one-shot a major enemy or something. But it is up to you with the Masterwork, kind of just like PvP. Now, looking at mods, going for something like Major Spec is probably going to be your best option, because having ball spec on this, it will be pretty good. And if you do need to obviously swap to boss damage, you can just swap to the ball spec mod. But for just general play, probably keep a mage spec on it since you're using special weapons for your majors. Now, I'm also going to take full choke again for this. Actually, if you want to take another one to increase your other benefits, like, you know, corkscrew rifling is going to increase your handling a little bit and your range, which is also pretty good. You know, more handling right here with barrel shroud. I'm going to take full choke for a specific reason, which you probably already know if you are a PvE player. Now, going to the next column, assault mag is pretty much always going to be your best option in PvE if you're looking at shotguns for PvE. But honestly, with this one, with the way we're going to be using it, it's not the best for it because you're really only going to be using one shot anyway. You don't actually need to just, you know, spam another shot back to back. So if you want to take another perk like a pendant mag to increase your magazine, would be pretty good, or tactical mag again, just to get some bonuses. But, you know, I would honestly just go with the assault mag because they really don't mean much on it whatsoever. And if you do need to actually get 2 shots off back to back, you can. Plus, with the aggressive frame, you get that rate of fire increase too. For this, I'm going to take Grave Robber actually. So melee final blows is going to reload the magazine. So you can get close to an enemy, you can shotgun melee somebody, and it's just going to instantly refill the magazine, which is nice. Hopefully, you'll kill the majors in one shot. And to make that even easier, we'll take 1-2 punch. So whenever you do hit all your pellets on an enemy, you're going to get an insane melee damage bonus, and you're going to be able to just one shot them, instantly reload the shotgun. And if you don't, you have assault mag to just shoot another shot out, which is really good. And full choke is obviously going to tighten the pellet spread up. It does reduce your precision damage, but since you're focused on just getting melee kills, you're going to be going for the body anyway, since you're trying to proc 1-2 punch. And this is pretty much just an overall pretty good PvE shotgun. It's more fun than it is good. Obviously, slug shotguns, if you had headshots, are still going to be better, but this is very, very fun. And if you get this while farming for a PvP role, I would definitely keep it, try it out, and who knows, if they ever get buffed, and it might be a certain seasonal mod, these buckshot shotguns might actually be really good for PvE. But that is what it all for me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. And again, if you'd like to see more, be sure to stick around because I want to keep continuing this and helping you guys out with this. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.